Welcome back to World Bike 55. Today, we're taking a detailed look at one of Triumph's most recognizable modern classics, the 2026 Triumph Bonneville T120. This is a motorcycle that manages to combine the visual character of a traditional British roadster with the technology, refinement, comfort, and safety expected from a modern premium motorcycle. For 2026, Triumph has focused on making the T120 smarter and more rider-friendly without changing the fundamental identity that has made the Bonneville name so famous. The Bonneville story goes all the way back to 1959, and the T120 continues that heritage with a design that immediately looks familiar. But underneath the classic appearance is a thoroughly modern 1,200cc liquid-cooled parallel twin engine, electronic throttle control, modern rider aids, ABS, traction control, cruise control, LED lighting, and a 6-speed transmission. For 2026, Triumph has added lean-sensitive optimized cornering ABS and traction control as standard, supported by an EMU, giving the T120 a more sophisticated electronic package while keeping the motorcycle visually clean and traditional. Starting with the design, the 2026 Bonneville T120 is almost a perfect example of how to modernize a classic without destroying its personality. The motorcycle has the familiar sculpted metal fuel tank, classic knee pads, traditional Triumph tank badges, a bench-style seat, twin exhaust silencers, spoked wheels, and a clean tubular frame. The proportions are simple, balanced, and unmistakably British. There are no oversized aerodynamic panels or aggressive futuristic body sections. Instead, the T120 relies on carefully shaped metalwork, chrome detailing, polished surfaces, and traditional motorcycle proportions. The fuel tank is one of the strongest visual features. Its rounded shape gives the T120 the unmistakable Bonneville silhouette, while the hand-finished paint and coachline detailing add a premium appearance. Triumph has also introduced updated paint choices for 2026, including new combinations designed to give the motorcycle a fresh appearance without losing its heritage character. A circular graphic has also been added to the side panels around the Bonneville logo, providing a subtle visual update. Move to the front and the classic round headlight immediately catches attention. For 2026, Triumph has upgraded the headlight to a brighter LED unit with an integrated daytime running light signature. The important part is that Triumph hasn't replaced the traditional round headlight with an angular futuristic unit. Instead, the technology has been hidden inside a shape that looks completely at home on a Bonneville. The front end also gives the T120 a confident stance. The round headlight, traditional handlebars, twin analog instruments, fork tubes, front fender, and spoked wheel create a combination of old-school styling and modern engineering. The front wheel uses an 18-inch spoked aluminum rim design, while the rear uses a 17-inch spoked aluminum wheel. These dimensions contribute to the classic roadster character while helping maintain predictable handling. From the side, the motorcycle looks particularly elegant. The engine is visually important, and Triumph has designed the surrounding components so the 1,200cc twin becomes part of the overall styling rather than simply looking like a mechanical component. The twin exhaust system runs neatly along the sides, reinforcing the traditional British motorcycle appearance. The frame is a tubular steel design with steel cradles, and the swing arm is also fabricated from steel. This construction suits the T120's philosophy perfectly. It isn't trying to be an ultra-lightweight race bike. Instead, it emphasizes stability, comfort, strength, and a classic riding experience. At the rear, the Bonneville remains clean and understated. The compact rear section, traditional seat, rear fender, round lighting elements, and exposed wheel keep the design visually simple. This is a motorcycle that doesn't need excessive styling tricks to attract attention. Its appeal comes from proportions and details. Now let's talk about the engine, because this is where the T120's personality really comes alive. The 2026 Bonneville T120 uses Triumph's 1,200cc high-torque liquid-cooled parallel twin with an 8-valve saw configuration and a 270-degree firing order. It produces 80 PS, or approximately 78.9 horsepower, At 6,550 revolutions per minute and 105 Newton-meters of torque at just 3,500 revolutions per minute. Those numbers tell you a lot about the character of this motorcycle. Triumph isn't chasing enormous peak horsepower. Instead, the T120 is designed around strong, accessible torque. The 105 Newton-meters peak arrives low in the rev range, meaning the engine can deliver a substantial amount of pulling power without requiring the rider to constantly chase high RPM on the road. That should translate into effortless acceleration in everyday situations. Twist the throttle while cruising and the twin responds with the strong, smooth surge. Around town, the engine doesn't need to be worked excessively. On open roads, the torque makes overtaking and accelerating out of corners feel natural. The 270-degree crank configuration also contributes to the character of the engine. It gives the parallel twin a distinctive pulse and personality that helps make the T120 feel different from a conventional high-revving four-cylinder motorcycle. The result is an engine that feels mechanical and alive while still benefiting from modern fuel injection and electronic throttle control. The 6-speed transmission is another important part of the package. The gearbox gives the rider enough flexibility for relaxed cruising while keeping the engine in a useful part of its torque range when acceleration is needed. The clutch is a wet multi-plate slip-and-assist design, which helps make operation smoother and provides additional control during aggressive downshifts. One of the most attractive qualities of the T120 is that it doesn't require the rider to ride aggressively to enjoy the engine. You can ride it calmly through town, cruise along a highway, or take it onto winding roads, and the engine's character remains one of its biggest strengths.